Today's mini maths lesson, we are going to be looking at multiplying by 10 and dividing by 10. There's a really easy way to know how to do it that I'm going to show you now. So let's say we've got the number 5. We want to do 5 times 10. We're pretty good with our 10 times tables and our 5s. We can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. We know that 5 times 10 is 50. So if we look at what has happened to the numbers, the 5 that we started with has moved across to the next place value column. It is now in the tens column. Instead of being worth 5 ones, it's worth 5 tens. And all we've done is put a 0 here. This is called a placeholder. This is to show that I've now got no ones. So if I had a bigger number, let's say I had 12, and I wanted to do 12 times 10, what I need to do is move each digit across to the next place value column. So I'm going to move the 1 into the hundreds column. So instead of being worth 110, it's now worth 100. I'm going to move the 2 from the ones column into the tens column. And then I'm going to put my trusty placeholder to say I have got no ones. So 120 is the answer to 12 times 10. Let's pick a huge number now. Let's say 75. 75 times 10, I do exactly the same thing. It is no more difficult. I move the 7 that's in the tens column across to the hundreds column. I've got 7 hundreds. I move the 5 across to the tens column. I've now got 5 tens, and I put a placeholder. None of the numbers change order. They all move across one column to the left. They always go this way. We always put the placeholder at the end. Any number in the 10 times table should have a 0 in the ones column. Dividing by 10 is exactly the same. Let's say we start with a bigger number now. Let's say we start with 60. 60 divided by 10, so 60 shared between 10 people. When we divide, our number gets smaller. It is going to get 10 times smaller because we're dividing by 10. So we move the 6 across into there. We don't have another column here at the moment because we're not looking at decimals, so the 0 disappears. If we did a bigger number, we did 420 divided by 10. Again, we move each digit one place to the right. It gets 10 times smaller. So 420 divided by 10 becomes 42. If I had 690 and I divided it by 10, again, I move all of the digits to the right and I get 69. So this way, when you're dividing by 10, your number is getting 10 times smaller. Each digit is moving one place to the right. When I'm multiplying by 10, I'm getting 10 times bigger, so each digit is moving one place to the left. And that is how you multiply and divide by 10.